giving opportunities to the weak. I know the leadership of that party is so engaged in business, not minding what the effect is on the generality of the people. All these claim that they did a perfect primary to choose their presidential candidate. It was manipulated by one man. All the delegates were selected by a particular person. He manipulated them. He used money. He used influence. He used psychology on them. And where do we find ourselves? Every other person went there. Some were just there. They didn't even know why they were there. And they paid a lot of money to ensure, please, that those people were.
So you're disagreeing with him that the fellows were world class. Let him finish.
Let me respond to my friend. You know, the truth of the matter is that, look, people make these allegations. I come from Ondo State, where I participated actively in all the processes. There is no leader in Nigeria who has a candidate in the whole of Ondo State, from the local government executives to the senatorial executives to the state executive and all the candidates. Nobody picked any delegate for us. I can say that of all the other states. And therefore, when you talk about somebody manipulating, how did they manipulate it? How?
Okay, you know what, let's get back to some of the events that happened in 2014 on the political scene. Let's talk about the elections, some of the staggered elections. Let's talk about the Ekiti State elections. What do you think that election represented the will of the people?
I wouldn't say that, because that election was militarized. I mean, the polity was militarized at that time. And whereas the verdict is still out there, the case is in court. One is the fact that PDP presented a candidate that we consider to be ineligible to contest. That is still in the court. And we are sure that the verdict will be in our favor. Secondly, I mean, in a situation where even a governor could not go to campaign in a state, I mean, what would you call that? This was one of the things we did in Osun State. We prevented them from performing their enterprise. You know, we ensured, learning from our experience in Ekiti State, we ensured that they were not able to perform the enterprise there.
Wait, can you, when you say enterprise, what are you talking about?
Oh, I mean, for instance, molesting party members, preventing them from...
You allege that the elections in Ekiti were militarized.
Yes.
So
yes,
did you also militarize the elections in Osun so that they will not carry out their enterprise, as you say?
No. You remember also that there was this attempt to militarize the election in Osun State. And, I mean, it was on television here, and you saw the threat by the SSS spokesperson who did... military people wielding
guns. So you got your own military so that they will...
No.
Okay,
what we did was to appeal to the people, and the people came out en masse to ensure that they were not cowed. You know, so that system did not work in Osun State.
Okay,
I think the Ekiti experience is a clear-cut disconnect.
Mr. Shelley, can you just hold on one second? We have a phone call. Hello? Hello, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clement. Please make your remark.
My name is Clement. I'm calling from Ibejuleki.
Okay.
I think the two gentlemen in the studios, they are not addressing issues. We are not. I'm not sure you invited them to come and discuss APC primaries, what the president has done, what he has not done. The last panelists that just left the studio, they have told us that the issues of 2015 election would be about issues. I mean, they finished their primaries, people have defected here and there. Let the two gentlemen, party leaders, tell us what they want to do, how they want to move Nigeria to the next level. For instance, what is PDP going to do differently in 2015 that they have not done before in the last 16 years? What is APC going to do differently from what has been on ground? I mean, what are they going to do about issues of taxes? What Mr. Oni, when he left the studio a while ago, had alluded to one issue that they are trying to tax luxury goods. And this has been a front burner issue for more than 30 years in Nigeria. Are you saying that if oil did not come down, our Minister of Finance will not know that luxury goods need to be taxed? And this is the only country in Nigeria where the elite has been provided privilege above the downtrodden. So, I mean, they should tell us what they need to do differently from what has been done in the last 16 years. APC should tell us what they are going to bring to the table that will make Nigerians vote for them, and we can then see that, yes, we can. PDP should tell us what they will do differently from what they've done. They should not come here and be talking about Bola Tinubu and people. That's not what Nigerians want to hear. We want to hear issues, because 2015 is very germane to moving this country forward.
Thank you very much.
Look, I have told my friends, I don't care who is Nigeria.
All right, thank you, Clement. Mr. Shale.
I want to thank Clement. There was economic dimension to running of a government, and there is political dimension.
You were going to say something. We'll come back, because I asked you a question earlier about the question of ideology.
Yes.
We'll come back to that, but just you were going to say something in response to what he said. Yes.
Experience is the one we are talking about. I think there was a total disconnect between the governor and the people. It was very, very far from the grassroots, so he didn't have a strong hold on them. So when the election time came, it was a payback time. The hospitals were not functional. The schools were not there. It was too involved in maybe technocratic approach to governance, and the people wanted food on their table. The agri sector was suffering. The education sector was not attended to. The hospitals were not.
So the PDP borrowed their manifesto and went to the grassroots.
Well, the manifesto at this stage is still very fluid. I must be sincere with myself. I say we want to deceive the members of the public. We have to work on what's on ground. We have to identify what the people need and address them accordingly. Like I was saying, the governor of Ekiti State then didn't have local government council. He relied on individuals. He picked to run the offices for him. So when the election time came, he was exposed.
What makes your ideology?
Yeah.
I mean, he talked about their own ideology, but we moved on to something else before. So let's come back to the question of ideology I asked earlier. What makes your ideology different from what's theirs?
I want to say, like I rarely did, the manifestos and the whatever are not much different. Everybody wants to provide good education. Everybody wants to provide potable water. Everybody wants to provide good health services. Everybody wants to ensure that the economy is growing. But it depends on the way and manner you handle it.
Okay,
Your style may be different.
So if
Clement is called because he wants to know that what, for instance, the PDP is going to do differently.
And that's why...
Differently, even though you're saying the manifestos are
Yes,
almost the same.
and
What would you do differently,
you see our
PDP?
president focusing on the energy sector this time around. He has played a major role in the road sector, the health sector, the educational sector. He has now seen that working on the energy sector or the power sector will jumpstart the economy. It will allow for employment opportunities for people because it will have a multiplier effect on the various sectors of the economy, whether it's agri, whether it's education, whether it's industries, and so on. And that's why PDP is unique. President Obasanjo, during his own time, ensured that there was telephone. Our current president is working on the energy sector.
Mr. Shelley.
If not for the distraction of the insurgency, a lot of things will have been achieved and perfection will have been realized.
Mr. Shelley, in 2014, yes, we had the issue of, when you opened, you talked about sabotage, you talked about insecurity deliberately being foisted on the country, those were your words. You talked about press freedom. But these are 16 years of doing this. And many people still say that there's not been a difference. So if you say your manifesto is not much different, what's wrong with Mr. Oyedele getting a chance